Hello students, in this class we will discuss about the three-phase inverter. So previous class we discussed about the single-phase inverter. Then what is single-phase inverter? First inverter, what is inverter? Look at here. Inverter is simply, it is a device which converts DC to AC. But single-phase inverter which converts single-phase supply. That means if you are giving the DC supply to the single-phase inverter, then it produce single phase AC. Single phase AC means it's like look like this. It's look like this, or maybe it's a square wave. Maybe it's square wave, but it is mustn't be AC supply. Here, three phase inverter means which converts if you are applying the DC to this three phase inverter, then this three phase inverter which can generate three phase AC supply. What is three phase AC supply? Three phase AC supply, we having three phases. So like this, and this is the one phase, and the another phase is 120 degrees displacement. The another phase is 240 displacement. This is 120 displacement, and another one is 240 displacement. This is the another one is 240 displacement. Like that. So we will get this like this. This is the R phase and this is the Y phase, this is the B phase. Maybe sinusoidal waveform, or maybe square waveform, maybe triangular waveform, but it must and should be the AC supply. Understand? So now we will understand difference between the single phase inverter and three phase inverter. Look at here. Inverter, it is a device which converts DC to AC, DC supply to AC supply. Here a three phase inverter converts DC voltage into the three phase AC supply. Look at here. We are applying the DC voltage here. We will get three phase AC voltage. This is the three phase AC voltage. Right. This is a three phase inverter. We have to find out the three phase inverter circuit. We have to design the three phase inverter circuit, and we will study the waveforms related to the three phase inverter. First, three phase inverter working. How it works, how it will generate. We will look into this topic. Here a three phase inverter. Here a three phase inverter circuit diagram designed using only switches. Simply we have to use the switches only. We have to use the switches. Switches are this switch may be, we can replace this switch may be some other power electronics devices. Those are SCR, BJT and MOSFET. Those are the switches. But in order to understand simply, I am directly using the switches. As you can see, this 6 mechanical switch setup is more useful to understanding the three phase inverter working. If you observe here, S1, S2, S3, S4, S5, S6. These are the 6 mechanical switches. These switches are useful to generate the three phase AC supply. Understand? But the switches we are not mentioned here. These are anti-parallel connected with the diode. This is diode 1 and this is the diode 2. Just note it. In the examination, better to write this diagram in the diode 3. And the application of the diode is very useful to in order to avoid the negative currents, in order to useful the save the switch in the negative currents. So better to connect the diodes across it. Yes. So by using this we will produce that. Then what is the load? We have to use the load as a three-phase load. Look at here. This is the one phase, one phase, one phase. This is the A phase load, B phase load, C phase load. Generally, how three-phase load connected? Three-phase load is connected like this. This is the, for example, A phase, and another load is B phase, and we have another load is C phase. This is called three-phase load. This is called a three-phase load. The single-phase load is directly connected load across, but three-phase load is connected to three individual phases. So we are taking the first phase between S1 and S2. That point is known as A. That A will be connected to the one load. We have the second line is there. In the second line we are connecting a B to the B load, and third line in between the S5 and S6 switch we have a point here. This point to the C we are connecting to a load. This is the three-phase load. So by applying the DC supply here, we have to get the AC supply here. At this we have to get the three-phase AC supply. Three-phase AC supply. So by this circuit we are giving the DC voltage, and we will get the three-phase AC voltage. In order to convert this DC voltage into three-phase AC voltage, we have to arrange this type of the arrangement. In this type of arrangements, we are arranging the 6 switches S1 to S6, and each and every line in the across it we have to take the each and individual load, 3 loads, 1, 2, 3 loads. By the DC supply will be converted into the AC supply. Here, look at here. There are two possible ways for triggering the switches to achieve the desired results. So generally in place of switches we have using the SCR, BJT, MOSFETs. In order to operate this power electronic device, we require the switching, triggering pulses. That means, so for example we have a SCR there in place of SCR. In order to operate this SCR, we have to give the triggering. We have to on the switch. Then whenever it is on, it is become short circuit. Then it is acts as a on switch. Otherwise, it will acts as a off switch. Without triggering, it is acts as a off switch. With triggering, it acts as a on switch. So in order to triggering the switches, we can get the desired results. So these triggering pulses depends on the triggering pulses. We have two modes of operation. The first mode is the switches conduct for 180 degrees. So if the each and every switch conducting 180 degrees mode, that may be S1 to S6, if it is conduct the 180 degrees. Second mode we have switches conduct for the 120 degrees mode. If these S1 to S6 switches, for example, those are conducting the 120 degrees mode, then the operation will be different. 180 degrees operation and 120 degrees operation is different. Okay. The first method in this three-phase inverter 180 degree conduction mode. If the each and every switch, if it conducts 180 degrees, the operation will be discussed in this topic. Here it can be divided into 3 segments, namely segment 1, segment 2, segment 3. Generally, in order to understand any mode of operation, the inverter will be divided into 3 segments. Look at here. This is the first segment. First segment consisting of this line S1, S2 switches. This is the second segment. Second segment consisting of the S3, S4 switches. Third segment consisting of the S5, S6 switches. Right, look at here. Segment 1, S1, S2. S1, S2 means this switch, this switch. Segment 2, S3, S4. S3, S4. Segment 3, S5, S6. These are the switches. Then the understanding the operation is easy. Okay. At any time, both the switches in the same segment should never be closed, as it leads to battery short circuit falling in the entire circuit. So to operate these switches, we have, for example, both are, for example, S1, S2 never on at a time. If S1 is on, S2 must be off. If S3 is on, S4 must be off, like that. For example, if two switches are on at a time, what happen? So this is the input DC supply. If the two switches, for example, S1 is on means short circuited, S2 is on means short circuit. What happen? What is voltage across short circuit? Voltage across short circuit term is zero, short circuit point. These both are connected in parallel. Automatically the input voltage will become the zero. Then circuit will damage. That's why we never on the switches in the same segment at a time. Understand? So this is the concept, right? Next, let's start switching sequence by closing the switch S1 in the first segment of an ideal circuit at 0 degrees. For example, assume that S1 switch is closed for the 180 degrees mode. Then we have to divide, understand the operation, we have to divide the three segments. In this is related to segment 1. Just divide at 0, 60, 120, 180, 240, 300, 360. So just divide these. 360 means one cycle is completed. This is for the one cycle, and this is for the second cycle. Just take switch 1 is on for 180 degrees. Selected time for conduction to 180 degrees. The switch S1 will be closed from 0 to 180 degrees. Just segment 1 from 0 to 180 degrees it will be closed. Next, but after 120 degrees the first phase, the second phase will also be in positive cycle. Generally what happen for three phase supply, if R phase is going like this, Y phase is starts, this is R phase, and Y phase is started after 120 degrees only. So that's why we have to on after 120 degrees the segment 2 will be on, but after 120 degrees of first phase, the second phase will also be positive cycle as seen three phase voltage graph. So the switch will be closed after S1. The S3 will also be kept closed for another 180 degrees. S3 will be closed from 120 degrees to 300 degrees, and it will be open only after 300 degrees. So that's why you have to on, in the segment 1 switch 1 is on, in the segment 2 you have to on the, what is the, in the segment 2 what is the first switch? S3 is the first switch. Just on first S3 after 120 degrees of S1. Look at here. So S1 is on for 180 degrees. After 120 degrees S3 will be on. Look at this green line. This S1 switch for the segment 1 for switch 1. This S3 after 120 degrees of the 120 degrees S3 switch will be on, that is conducted for 180 degrees. That means from 120 to 300 degrees switch S3 will be on. That's why S1 is on for 180 degrees and S3 will be on for the 180 degrees. But after 120 degrees you have to on. The reason is the between any phases 120 degrees is the phase displacement. Next, similarly the third phase The third phase also have positive cycle after 120 degrees of the second phase positive cycle as shown in the graph. At the beginning of the article, so the switch S5 will be closed after 120 degrees. So look at here. After starting of the R phase, what happened Y phase? Y phase will be after R phase, after Y phase, generally what happened? R phase, Y phase. Once again look into this is the R phase, this is 180 and this is 240 like that. So if R phase is like this, Y phase is like this. So after 240 B phase will be started. R phase is started after 120 degrees. So Y phase is started, second phase is started after 120 degrees, but conduction mode is 180 degrees. But next phase, B phase or third phase. Generally YRYB, you can take RYB or ABC, but it must and should be three phases. Why these are? R means red, Y means yellow, B means blue. Same as it is A, B, C, like that. So after starting of the second switch, after 120 degrees means 120 plus 120, 240. So 240 S5 will be started, but S5 will be conducted, switch will be conducted up to 180 degrees. That means it will be conducted 240 plus 180, 300. 240 plus 180, it will be up to 420. So every completion of the cycle you have to take the 0 plus 60, 60, 120, 180, 240, 300 like that. Understand? 240 like that. So we have to on like this. First you take upper switches, S1 switch, S3 switch, S5 switch. First on the S1 switch for 180 degrees conduction mode, but starting after 120 degrees S3 will be on, but S3 will be conducted 180 degrees. After completion of the S3 120 degrees, S5 will be on. S5 will be conduct 180 degrees. S5 will be conducted 180 degrees like this. S1 will be start from 0 to 180 degrees. Understand? Next, 0 to 180 degrees, and after 120 degrees of S1, S3 will be started, but it will be conducted 180 degrees. After S3 will be started after 120 degrees, third switch will be started, that is degrees. S1, S3, S5 are the upper switches. Why we are taking, just to understand this, S1, S3, S5 upper switches, just name it as. First you have to for positive cycle, these are worked for the positive cycles, right? Next, up until now we did assume that the conduction is done once top layer of the switches are closed, but for the current flow from the circuit must be completed. For satisfying the above both the condition, we will close the S2, S4, S6 in the predetermined order. Understand? So this will be closed, this will be working. After closing the switch, we can on the S2 switch. After closing the S3 switch, you can on the S4 switch. After closing the S5 switch, you will on the S6 switch. But never on the switches at a time. So what the reason is, we already discussed. So after that, S1, after S1, S2 is on. Again, look at here. So after S1 which is we have S2, that's why S2 is on. After S3, S4 is on. After S5, S6 is on. Look at here. After S1, S2 is on. After S1, S2 is on. After S4, The S3, S4 is on. Now, after S3, S4 is on. After S5, S6 is on. Understand? So this is the procedure. So after S1 working 180 degrees conduction, S2 has to conduct the 180 degrees. Same. After conduction of the S3 180 degrees, S4 has to conduct the 180 degrees. After conduction of the S5 180 degrees, S6 also conduct the 180 degrees. Like that. Here, by the following the symmetrical switching, we can achieve the desired three-phase voltage presented in the graph. So, this symmetrical switching one by one after S1, S2 will be on. After S2 again S1 will be on. S3, S4 will be on. After S4, S3 will be on. So, this is the symmetrical switching. Symmetrical switching means after completion of S1, S2 should be on. After completion of S2, we can achieve these desired three-phase voltage represented in the graph. We will get the three-phase voltage. If we fill the beginning switching sequence in the above table, we will have complete switching pattern for 180 degrees conduction mode as below. Look at here. Up to now S1, S2 is there. After the S2 again S1 will be on. After S1 again S2 will be on. Same S3, here S3 is before S4 is on. After S4 S3 is on. Same as here we have S5, before the S5 S6 is on. So after the S6 S5 will be on. So this is the symmetrical, that's why it is called the symmetrical switching. This is called the symmetrical switching. This is called as a symmetrical switching. Why it is called symmetrical switching? After the S2 SV will be on. After S3 S4 will be on. After S4 S3 will be on. Okay. So from the above table we can understand that from 0 to 60 S1, from 0 to 60 degrees time, S1, S4, S5 are closed. Look at here. Look at here, from 0 to 6, this is the time 0 to 60 degrees time, which are closed. This is the S1 switch is closed, S4 switch is closed, S5 switch is closed. Understand? The remaining three switches are open. Open means off. For 60 to 120 degrees, S1, S4, S6 are closed and remaining three switches are open. Look at here. For 60 to 120 degrees, which is switch S1 is on, which is switch S4 is on, S6. So S1, S4, S6 is closed. For 120 to 180 degrees, S1, S3, S6 are closed. Remaining three switches are open. Look at here, for 120 to 180 degrees, S1, S3, S6 switches are on, remaining are off. S1, S3, S6. Look at here. S1, S3, S6 are closed. Remaining three switches are open. And the sequence of the switching goes like that. Now let us draw simplified circuit for each step to better understanding the current flow and voltage parameters. So for just choose this. For 0 to 60, S1, S4, S5 is closed. Remaining are off. For 60 to 120, take S1, S4, S6 are closed. Remaining are off. Next, for 110 to 180, S1, S3, S6 are closed. Remaining will be off. Then you have to find out current flow and voltage parameters. By this finding the current flow and voltage parameters, we will clearly understand. First, step 1. Step 1, 0 to 60 degrees. For 0 to 60 degrees, look at here. For 0 to 60 degrees, S1, S4, S5 are closed. So look at here. This is S1, S4, S5. These three are closed. Understand? These three are closed. S1, S4, S5 are closed. Remaining are open. In that case, the simplified circuit can be below. So just modify this circuit. Then this is the Vs, this is the A, then what happen, then the current will be flows like this from S1 to, from this S1 to A. A is the neutral point. That's why Vs from A to R, A to R, for R load is supplied. What about this? What about the B? B, what happened here? Here B will be reverse direction. Look at here. B will be, current will be reverse direction. So this flows like this. And whatever C, C will be, upper will be conducted. Upper is conducted. C will be like this. So if you observe clear, A will be this direction current, but C will be A, B will be, the current direction will be reverse. Current direction will be reverse. Understand? Understand? So now we can write. Now we can write the modified. So modified circuit is like this: Vs directly supplying to A for some load. Yes, A. But this is A. What about C? From the C also current is directly supplying. C also current is from the positive side only. This is from positive side, this is from negative side. Positive side only current will be flowing. But for this, the current will be flowing from the negative side. Current will be flowing from the negative side. That's why keep AC in upper manner, B in lower manner. Then we will get the VA naught. So the voltage across this point and this point, and voltage across this point and this point, Vs by 3. Voltage across VB naught is minus 2 Vs by 3. So the voltages, how we will get the voltages will be find out here. If you find one thing, you will understand each and everything. So the circuit is Vs, and again you have to draw. The circuit is Vs, this is connected to Vs, and current flowing positive way, just take it as R, and this is also R. But this is the zero, neutral point. Generally this is the neutral point. So R, 3R, R. So before finding the voltage, just find out the current. Before finding the current, just find out the total resistance. What is the total resistance? These three are parallelly connected. So this become, whenever these two are parallelly connected, R into R by R plus R, then this is R by 2 plus R. Then what happened? Total resistance is 3R by 2. So now we have to find out the current. This is the total resistance 3R by 2, and voltage is like this. So from this, circuit current I equal total voltage by 3R by 2. Voltage is 2 Vs 3R by 2. Current is. So in order to find out this voltage across this A, B, 0, C, both this voltage across A0, voltage across B0, both are same. So to find out that VA0 and VB0 both are same, that is, we will find out current into resistance. What is current value? 2 Vs by 3R into resistance. What is resistance? This is R. This is R. Vs by voltage across this. So this is R. We will get two Vs by 3, not R. What is the total voltage? Actually wrong is both are same voltage, R by 2, because A naught voltage, B naught voltage is same, so that's why you have to take the R by 2. Then I value equal to 2 Vs by 3R into R by 2. Then 2 cancel, R cancel, that is Vs by 3. So you will get Va naught and Vb naught current equal to Vs by 3. But what about voltage across this? This current is, this voltage is basically plus minus, this is plus minus, but this is minus plus. So if you find out this, you will get reverse direction. That's why you will get the current as, so Vc naught. If you take the Vc naught, and that Vc naught equal to 2 Vs by 3R, that is the current, and the resistance. Finally you will get minus 2 Vs by 3 is the Vc naught. Not Vc naught, sorry, it is B. It is B and it is C. So Va naught, Vc naught. Don't confuse here. Just you will get the Vb naught equal to like this. Nothing, just to simplify it. Which currents flows in the negative direction? B will get the negative direction current. Just it will give lower side. Which segments have positive way of current, those getting upper side. So by that you will get Va naught and Vc naught equal to Vs by 3, Vb naught equal minus 2 Vs by 3. So upper values plus Vs by 3, lower values minus Vs by 3. And by using this we can find out the line voltage. Line voltage means, phase voltage means, these are the phase voltages. We can name it as the phase voltages. What is phase voltage in three-phase system? What is phase voltage in three-phase system? That is, for example, this is 0, VA0, VB0, VC0 are the phase voltages. What are the line voltages? Line voltages between both the AB and BC and CA are the line voltages. Understand? Right. From that we will get VAB. VAB always VA naught minus VB naught. So by removing this Va naught minus Vb naught, by doing the multiplication we will get the Vs. Vbc equal to Vb naught minus Vc naught. By doing this we will get minus Vs. Vca equal to Vc naught minus 0. So for 0 to 60 degrees we will get these values. For example, for 60 to 120, what happened? S1, S4, S6 are closed, the remaining are open. In such case the simplified circuit like this. So which closed? S1 is closed, S4, S6 are open. S4, S6 are open. This one is closed, so this is get upper side. This one is open, this will get lower side. Understand? A get upper side, B, C get lower side. A will all which have the upper side positive value, that is 2 Vs by 3. B value has negative values minus Vs by 3. So these are the phase voltages, and from this we will find the line voltage. We can derive the line voltage. Line voltage VAB. We will get the Vs, VBC 0, VCA minus Vs. This is for 60 to 120. Next, for step 3, for 120 to 180 degrees. For 120 to 180 degrees, look at here. S1, S3, S6 are closed. So S1, S3, S6. S1 is closed, S3 is closed, S6 is closed. Remaining are open. In such case, the simplified circuit for 120 to 180 degrees like this. So S1, S6, A, B are upper side. A, B are upper side, but C is lower side. So AB will get half of VA naught and VB naught will get VS by 3, and VC naught is downwards minus 2VS by 3. Yes. So from this we can get the line voltage VAB equal to VA naught minus VB naught 0, VBC equal to VB naught minus VC naught equal VS, VCA equal to VC naught minus VA naught equal minus VS. These are the phase voltages. These are the phase voltages and these are the line voltages. Phase voltages, these are the line voltages. Line voltages are like that, phase voltages are like that. Okay. So by using these all the equations we will draw the waveforms. Look at here. We can derive the phase voltage and line voltages for the next steps in the sequence, and it can be shown in the figure. First, segment 1 for up to 180 degrees S1 will be on. After 180 to 360 S2, the sequence will be continued S1 and S2. For segment 2 S3 will be after S4, and S4 S3. After S3 S5 will be on. For S5 S6 and S6 S5, segment 1 segment 2. These are the switching conduction of the switches. These are the conduction of the switches. The switches will be conducted like this. So just observe the waveforms. Look at here. If you look at here, for VA naught 0 to 60 degrees, what is VA naught value? For 0 to 60 degrees, what is VA naught? VS by 3. So you will get positive VS by 3. For VB naught value, what is value of VB naught? For 0 to 60 degrees, this is the 0 to 60 degrees. What is VB naught value? So 0 to 60 degrees VB naught value minus 2 VS by 3. That's why VB naught, this is for VB naught, VA naught, and this is for VB naught, and this is for VC naught. So VB naught you have minus 2 VS by 3 up to this. For 60 to 120 VA naught value 2 VS by 3. We get 2 steps. For 60 to 120 VB naught value minus VS by 3. But what about VC naught? VC naught is minus VS by 3. For 120 to 180 degrees, same. VA naught value plus VS by 3. VB naught value plus Vs by 3. Vc naught value minus 2 Vs by 3. That's so. Look at here. Va naught will be follows this path. After 120 degrees, this is 120 degrees. The peak will come every 120 degrees, and this will be follow the path. Vb naught and Vc naught also follow the path. These paths are nothing but we are already discussed about the phase voltages and line voltages for particular time period. 0 to 60 degrees, 60 to 120 and 120 to 180, those are discussed. These are nothing but the phase voltages of load. Next, we can find out VAB. For 0 to 60 degrees, VAB value is, what is VAB? Plus Vs. So you will get the plus Vs. And for 60 to 120, Vs value, VAB value also Vs. That's why you will get the Vs. If you observe the equations, you will get for 120 to 180, this VA value 0. And 180 to 240 minus Vs, 0, like this. So it will flow this is the VAB, right? Same also for 0 to 120 you have minus Vs for VBC line, voltage. For 60 to 120 VBC value 0. For that the path will be flows like this. for VBC. This is for VCA. That is the line voltages. Those are the line voltages. These are the phase voltage and these are the line voltages. Understand? Phase voltages follow these steps. Each step value is Vs by 3. Okay? Here each step value is, we already mentioned here. But this value is, each step value is Vs. Vs. Okay? So after everything it will be repeated. So peak will be started here. After 120 degrees this peak will be started. After 120 degrees this peak will be started. That follows only the thing. Follows only the thing. This is the AC supply. This is the AC supply. It's not look like a sinusoidal, but it has a steps. It have a steps. Okay. So the how this is the procedure. We are giving the initially DC power, but finally we will get AC phase voltages and AC line voltages. Okay, this is the procedure to understand the three-phase inverter 180 degrees conduction mode. Just remind each and every switch is conducted for 180 degrees. By that we will get these waveforms. Okay, this is about the three-phase inverter. Thank you.